actually going to be making a custom wash using the Skin Tone Warm Tint. A little bit of water, which is beverage of the night for a reason. I'm going to be using water and this to thin down to make a wash to go over to the skin tone areas. Since the last time you've seen this piece, I've actually cleared it with a gloss coat for doing the wash, the skin tone wash, and just for that very purpose. I'll set this aside for now. For making my wash and testing my wash, I want to use this old Bane piece first to make sure I got my wash just set up just right. I've got an empty clean jar that I bought from Michael's. You can get these at Hobby Lobby as well, or anywhere your art supplies stores. First things first, let's mix up some wash. You don't have to use the store-bought washes. You can actually make your own washes. With acrylics, you mix with water. Enamels, you would mix with a paint thinner. So I don't need a whole lot. I don't want to waste my warm base. As like I mentioned, this line of paint is now discontinued. That should be enough for what I'm doing tonight. Add some water. Mix it up, shake it up. Let's see what we got here. Let's try this out. Well, this old DC Superheroes line Bane, they use a black wash. I do not like doing black washes on skin tones. It looks very unnatural. It just makes the figure look dirty. Black washes look great on different colors, like I used it with the red before, but you don't want to use it on flesh tones. And all you do is end up making your figure look like it's dirty. I think this is going to work perfect. You can see how it's staying in the low spots, adding shading. I'm going to add just a little bit more warm tone to thicken it just a little bit. What's good about this, I can, by mixing your washes, this custom wash into a bottle, I can keep it. I can use it for later projects. And I always need a warm skin tone wash for this very purpose. Okay, I think we're ready to go back to work on Prime's torso. I got a clean paper towel just used on the Bane figure. I'm going to do the sides of the chest first. I cleared it to make it easier to wipe off the high areas on this wash. If the skin tone is too dull when you're doing a wash like this, it's harder to wipe it off. Okay, let's go ahead and wipe that off. Be very careful of your other areas. You don't want to wipe the wash onto your, like the armored areas or the red areas that you worked. Well, if you, not all of you be working on this same character, but you don't want to wipe the wash onto areas you don't want skin tone wash. Some areas you don't have to cover the entire areas for the wash, just your recessed areas. So you not waste your wash. To waste your wash. Let's get the other side over here. So I'm going to be a little more conservative with painting the recessed areas. So this works with any kind of color you want to custom mix a wash, not just skin tones. If you want a wash of a certain tone, you can use the same method. And after this wash dries, we'll do like with we did the waist area, come back in, touch up, and with the lighter skin tone, like we did with the guards red, to help make it blend a little better. Okay. Let's let this dry a little bit, and I'll start back with the blending with the lighter tone.
A few minutes later.
Okay, we had some time to let the wash dry. Now we're going to go with some touch up with the lighter skin tone. Very little paint on the brush. It's not exactly dry brushing, but I don't want to over cover the areas where I just put the wash. And I'm just doing light strokes, trying to hover over top and not hit the recessed areas. Some areas you want to cover a little heavier. Through here. And here where I didn't want a heavy wash. And like we did before, just light strokes in a single direction. We don't want brush strokes on our figure. Those areas we applied the wash just to blend in. Some area of the muscles are a little tougher there to get the strokes we want to do. Second side, same as the other side. A little easier with the wash on this side, so it's a little easier to clean up. This is all by for eye, what looks good to you. These are your customs, your projects. You do what you like to do. Well, if you can see in camera, it's actually blending really well right now. The paint will change when you notice the paint will go on much lighter than it dries. So when you're mixing paints too, you need to take that into account. What it looks like wet is not what it's going to look when it's dry. When you're doing mixes and custom mixes for paints, when you're trying to match something, do it on test pieces and let that dry. Compare it to what you're trying to match up first. I did that when I'm painted the head for I did a Toy Biz, repainted a Toy Biz Series 1 Captain America head to go on the 80th anniversary cap, where it's a darker blue. I mixed some custom mix to match that blue on the 80th anniversary, and on sample piece, let that dry, and tweaked it accordingly to how the shade it dries into. I think that looks pretty good. A little bit of touch up here and there, and I think it's ready to have this sealed, then have the whole figure dull coated. Then I'll come back. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'll mask off my armor, keep it nice and glossy, and I'll dull coat the flesh tone and the lower legs, waist area, then I'll hit it with a semi-gloss. And once it's done, I should have a finish like this instead of the super shiny. I think that wraps up this video. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch y'all next time.